Hey there and happy Monday. So I'll just say it was like one of the best weekends. I can't even say for a long time. I mean, my son just won the national championship with his football team not too long ago. We had Christmas. That was another weekend. I think we had Christmas. That was another weekend. So I can't say like it was the best weekend. Maybe it was the best weekend of 2023. How was that so far? So yeah, I've been blessed to have some really great weekends, and it's been a few weeks since I've been with you, 2 to 3 probably. It feels like almost longer, but that's about how long it takes to prepare for my annual open house. Let me just turn down my light here so it doesn't glare on me. And that was Saturday, and it does take me like 2 to 3 weeks to prepare the projects, cut the projects, clean my house, rearrange my house and in a major way, and make my whole house open to you guys upstairs, downstairs, rearranging everything, and so worth it. And most of it's put back. I did have to run downstairs for some supplies to make today's card, and that was okay too, just because it meant that we were all having fun. Thank you so much for those that came out to support my business. I know the weather was just a little blustery with some drifts and stuff, and Jill was here. Hi, Jill. The open house was fun. Thank you. It filled my heart like more than you can believe it. So some of you might be going, I can't believe she's already coming back here live, and I think you guys have like filled my heart so much. Like I am more than ready to come here and give you some more inspiration, just because how excited I was to see you guys, and that's just following through. Hi there, Patty. Good to see you on here, and Rosine, and Donna, and Jeannie, it looks like, and I might have missed a few names too. So let me get started. So what I'm going to be doing this week are 3 cards for my newest virtual hostess, Carla Voss. So here is today's cute card with the new Adorable Owls stamp set. And the Adorable Owls is free with celebration. Hey there, Barb. And so I'm going to be doing Carla's demos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I do have another hostess waiting in the wings, and that's Deb King. So she will be up next. But just know that I kind of drop off my promotions for the month of January for sure, and maybe even into February. Thank you, Jeannie. And I do that just so that I can prioritize my hostesses, especially during celebrations. So like I said, I have Carla this week, next week Deb King, and then after that, like I'm wide open. So if you've kind of been debating, that's kind of where my schedule is. And I know some of you always go, is she too busy? Does she have time for me? But I will have time for you. So just let me know if that's been something that you've always been considering. And another question that people ask is, do people order that don't even know me? Yes. And sometimes it's previous hostesses that have loved the support that they've gotten from other people, so they pay it forward. And it's just been fun to see how everybody supports each other. And I think that's what makes us crafters a unique group of people, is we love supporting everybody, and we encourage people in that way too. Hey there, Shannon, good to see you. All right, so let me get my camera turned around here. I better make sure that my volume's down. A lot of things happen over Christmas break with electronics, and I was like, I hope I know how to do this and remember where everything goes. Okay, so let me put this down, and I will get my camera turned around so that I can start the cute card, because I'm really excited about it. So Carla is my hostess, Carla Voss, and so I wanted to do something cute. I always want to do something cute and fun for my hostesses, but she's got 2 cute granddaughters, and so I thought, I could see her totally making up something cute and Valentine-y for her. But she also has a great group of friends I could see her sending this card out to as well. So those group of friends will be getting this card from me because they've been ordering through her party too. She's going to be keeping her party open. She opened it up earlier than just this week, so she'll be closing Friday. Or if you want to actually order by Friday, that's kind of what she let me know. So if people are thinking, how long do I have to order for her party? So try and wrap that up by Friday. And then you'll be getting the cards that I'm making through her online virtual parties. Okay, so we've got this online virtual demo. Sorry, like I said, my brain might be like, I don't feel like it's exhausted from the weekend, but maybe it is, and I don't know, and I'm still riding on a high from my open house. Okay, hi there, Pam. Good to see you on here. Okay, so the Adorable Owls, we've got 3 different owls, and then we've got these cute sentiments to go with the cute owls, free. So in the celebration brochure, and this is what's fun too. Last time when I did a demo, Stampin' Up! Doesn't allow us to open up the catalogs online. I can open these up now and show you where things are at. So on the celebration brochure, page 4, the first item that you can get for free are these cute owls, and I love the samples that they've done with them too. So spend $50, get something for free. That could be it. So that's where that is found. And then the rest of the products, I'm kind of pulling the majority from the new mini catalog, and on pages 8 and 9, I kind of wanted to hit some of these Valentine products right away for a couple reasons. Number one, Valentine's isn't that far away, and number two, usually those are the things that sell out, quickly, just because it's the first kind of occasion that we have to craft for. So I'm pulling some of these out. At my open house, I used the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper, and that was fun. And today, and this is 12 by 12 on the bottom. Here today I'm using the 6 by 6. And then these might look familiar for you. We're here Saturday too, these pastel adhesive back sequins. I'm going to be squeezing those in. I did think about bringing in some of the ribbon. Saturday we used kind of the burlap or the crumb cake color too from the combo pack, and then they have a really nice real red as the other part of that pack. And I thought about bringing ribbon in, and it just wasn't kind of fitting the way I wanted it to, and so I'm like, you know what, let's just go with some sequins and more pretty paper. Hi there, Fran. Hi, Irma. Lots of fun people, and Kim and Lisa. Oh my goodness, all sorts of you. Okay, I'll keep crafting. And so this is part of that bundle that I just showed you, the Country Floral Lane product suite of our suite of products. And so I'm just using the Happy Valentine's Day out of there, but that's also where that is coming from too. Got another Lisa that just joined in. All right, so for those of you just joining in, this is what I'm making. And so what I'm doing is bringing out the Sweet Sorbet. The Sweet Sorbet is an in color, and a lot of people, have asked, like, how close is that to Real Red? So let me just grab a strip of Real Red so you can kind of see. It is like a softer look. It's almost like they dropped a couple drops of Calypso Coral maybe onto Real Red or something. So as much as I love Real Red, I like the softness of the Sweet Sorbet. And, sometimes we just want the Real Red, but I'm really excited about the Sweet Sorbet because it coordinates with these fun papers here. Like I said, 6 by 6 Country Gingham. And so for every, here, let me pull this out. Kind of for every design that's in Sweet Sorbet here. Then you'll see on the flip side, then we've got some Balmy Blue and some, I think it's Mint Macaron. Let me double check. I looked before I came on. Yep, Mint Macaron. And then, then we've got all of those in the Balmy Blues and Mint Macarons, and you flip that over, and then that color is the Petal Pink. So lots of pinks and reds for the Valentine season. And then what's nice is I make a lot of cards during this time of year, probably because it's winter in Minnesota, using my blues and greens, and I kind of save my sentiment adding until I need it. And those have made great cards throughout like the summer and for different occasions. And because I'm using blues and greens, it works out so well that they don't look Valentine-ish. And yet if I were to send out a blue or green one during Valentine's and just add Happy Valentine's, it looks like it too. Hi there, Pam. I'm coloring today, so it's good you're on here. So I'm just going to grab, there's 3 different types of patterns here. So I'm going to grab like, let's see, I'm going to make one different than what I did for my card sample that I just showed you. So let me do these 2, because they're a little bit different than the ones on here. So then you can see whenever I can do something a little different, I try and do that just so you can kind of be inspired and know that if you don't have the exact products I'm using, it's okay too. So since these are 6 by 6, what I'm going to do is cut them down to the card size that I need here. And since these are kind of thinner, I can do 2 in one shot. So I'm just going to cut, and yes, I cut left-handed for some reason. That's how God made me. So I'm going to do a 4-inch chunk here, and then that's just going to set there. And my card is going to use this bigger one since I used the smaller one before. So I'm going to cut that down to 5 1/4. And then we'll just have, you know, these little strips to use later, even though what I'm going to use right away. And so this I can flip over and get ready to put that on my card base. And my card base, like I said, the Sweet Sorbet is opening this way today. And I'm just going to put that on the front here. So it's cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have, you know, that second sheet that I cut, that's just a little different pattern. And that's that 2-inch strip that's off the 6-inch total paper. So I just bring that back to my trimmer here and cut that at 4 inches. So now we've got 2 by 4, and you're like, well, why did you use 2 pieces? Well, so now my next card can have this on it and this, and so it'll just be the reverse. So I've got this and I've got that, and then all I have left is like a little scrap piece of paper times 2 like this. So it makes sense to me. And for those of you that like to make multiple cards, I'm hoping that that makes sense to you too. So that's why I do kind of 2 at a time. And then you can already see how different this looks from this, but not really, because it's the same color, and then this one will look a little bit different. And for those of you that make multiples, sometimes that's the lifesaver of just having something a little different to look at as well, pattern wise. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out a couple sets of dies. The first one being Stylish Shapes dies, and so these are those fun dies. Unfortunately, they are on they're out of stock for about a month, I think, and I'll keep checking on them, but make a note if that's on your list to get. Stylish Shapes are out for right now. And I'm using kind of the second to the largest stitched circle. And then to frame that, I'm going to go to my Layering Circles framelits, which these are always a hot mess here. And I'm pulling out the one that's going to be scalloped there. So I'm just going to run both of these dies through my machine because it doesn't take long to run them through, and the stamp that I'm using is very easy to just stamp after I've die cut. A lot of times I always preach to stamp first, then punch or die cut, but for today's project we can make that work. So the first circle that's stitched is just going to be on the basic white. So usually I like to show you that so you can see the details of the stitching, which is really nice. I'll set that die aside, and then I'm going to run through my scalloped circle from my Layering Circles dies here. So I'll just give that a run through. And then that's all that we need that machine for. I will be using some fun punches, so stay tuned for that here in a minute. So let me just open up my Memento black ink. It's my favorite ink to use, and it's the best one to use because I'm going to be using the Stampin' Blends to color in my owl. So I'm just going to kind of center that owl like so, and it's stitched out. And just by stamping it, it's already cute, isn't it? It's just like, wow, how does that happen so quick and easy, right? And let me bring my camera in closer because now I'm going to do my coloring lesson. So what I have here is a bunch of blends, and a lot of them look, you know, very neutral-ish, and it doesn't take a lot to color in the owl. I'm going to start with my light pumpkin pie and just kind of get the little beak and feet out of the way. And since it's just such a little tiny area, I'm just going to use only the light pumpkin pie instead of doing light and dark to make the varied colors and shades and such. And some of you might go, nope, I'm going to do both, and that's totally fine. All right. And then next I'm going to take my, some of these are pretty similar in color here, dark and light crumb cake. And I'm going to start with the dark crumb cake. Let's see. Oh, so Pam's asking, how do you think colored pencils with blender pen would work? I'm not great with blends. I think that would work great. And that's a very good question. I'm always so happy when you guys ask questions, especially like during the presentation, because when you guys are on here, a lot of times people will be like, oh, I have colored pencils now. Do I need those blends? So no, I've seen a lot of cute projects done with colored pencils, and a lot of people just prefer the colored pencils for the fact that they have more control over that and such. So no, that's a great question. And colored pencils have a lot of neutral colors too that are great to use for our animal types of stamped images too. So yeah, I'm using my dark crumb cake. Thanks, Pam, for asking that question. And I'm just kind of going in and around and just kind of outlining the owl here and there and going over the tops of the owl's ears. And then I'm going to switch to my light crumb cake, and I want to make sure I have the bullet tip. That's the one I prefer to use. Everybody has their favorite end to use too. Some people like the brush tip. And I'm just going to kind of color over the dark onto the light like so, and go like that, and that just finishes that out. And then I wanted to pick a third color that was neutral, so I went to my neutrals lineup, and this one is the SU 800, and I just like the coordination that this provides with those two colors. Kind of a different look, but a great look for the face and the tummy. When the weather got colder here, I could hear some owls, a couple different owls in our grove, and it's always exciting for me to hear that. I love hearing, especially the great horned owl. We had one that had a baby in our grove on the tree, and I would just sit on our back deck and watch that little baby grow, and boy, do they grow fast because they're such big owls. You could see the progress kind of as it went along, and I was really sad when they took off and went somewhere else. But I've always been really, like, kind of, my kids would say, obsessed with owls. All right, so I've got that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is grab my light balmy blue. Hi there, Fern. And I'm just going to color in the little bit of blue here. I opted for blue because my grandkids have such bright blue eyes and they just melt my heart. So I wanted kind of this owl to have that melt your heart type look to it here. How's that? All right. Oh yes, staying in the lines. And yeah, and I think that's where maybe using colored pencils versus the markers might be, you know, better for staying in the lines. So that's good to know too, Pam. Yeah. All right, so we've got that. And then what I'm going to do is just tip it over quick and attach that to our scallop circle here like so, and then that just makes, I think, the brown pop so much more to have that backed on there. And then I can take some Stampin' Dimensionals and just pop 1, 2, 3, I think 4 is a good number for today's project to get that to pop up there like so. Oops, now it's sticking to me. Okay, so I'm going to bring my card back over here. And hi there, Margaret. And I'm just going to kind of center this maybe a little bit more towards the outside edge here, just to make room for a sentiment. Now I just said that I'd be using some Country Floral Lane products, and I love this punch and I love how it coordinates with this fantastic stamp set too. You can have a couple different hearts and different things there. And so what I'm going to do is just use the heart from down here, and I have this little scratch piece of Sweet Sorbet, and I'm just going to punch that out. A lot of extra little confetti things want to jump out because it's hitting the extra pieces here. But I love kind of how this looks like a different, like, swaying in the wind type heart, just a little different shape than your normal heart. And I'm going to put one dimensional, that's about all that fits back there. It's one regular size dimensional, and make it look like the owl has now that heart in its little wing like that. I love that. And from the Adorable Owl stamp set is the Hoot Hoot You're So Cute. And I just thought that was so fun. So that I'm going to stamp out on black ink, with black ink on some petal pink here. And this is a 3/4 inch strip of petal pink. And I didn't stamp all the way to the edge because in the mini catalog, there's that new, is it Happy Labels punch? I think I should have had that ready. I better look because I know you guys will ask, and it was used at my open house and people really liked it. So yes, the Happy Labels Pick a Punch. And let me just kind of highlight that because it's the first time I'm using it on camera for you guys. I'll make it quick. So that's on page 53. So you can see the punch here you can get for $24. And so the punch is 2 different designs, and then you can punch it at 1/2 inch, 3/4, or 1 inch. So it's kind of like 6 different punches all in one. And then I love the stamp set here, so that can coordinate with the punch for 10% savings. So you could get both the punch and the stamp set for $43. So that's how that works from there. And so since I cut this at the 3/4, oops, I better open up my punch. That'll slide right in that medium little well there too. So, oh, and Pam was saying that she just used this for baby cards. And that's what I love about the cute owls. It can be baby, it can be birthday, it can be Valentine, it can be graduation, so many different occasions. So yeah, great, great. And what I like about the owl, it can be boy or girl too for baby cards. Whoops, my little charm's in the way. So we've got Hoot Hoot, you're so cute. And then now you see that fun little edge on there from the punch. And just eyeing it with my scissor, I'm going to cut that off. And now I'm going to take some of this edge of my dimensional. We always have, you know, that edge that's a little bit skinnier. And that's the only thing around here that I can see that got skinnier after the holidays. And so I'm just going to take and use a little strip of that and kind of put that towards the top here like so. And then I'm going to cut like another chunk, and this will make sense why I'm doing it like this. And that's going to go kind of on the edge. So I've got like an L pattern of the dimensionals. And then I'm just going to put a little plop of my seal adhesive. You know, that's a good term of measurement, a plop. And so now with the dimensionals there, it just kind of makes like a little hat. And that's going to stick right onto my circle here for the Hoot Hoot, you're so cute. So that way it stays popped up, and then that adhesive will stick. So it's all the same layer because the owls are popped up too. Hi there, Joyce. Thanks for coming out Saturday. All right, and now for accessorizing my card, I'm just going to go ahead and pull out these pastel adhesive back sequins. Like I said, this is part of the Country Floral Lane. So 2 sheets come in a package, gold, pink, and blue. And the one sheet has the larger sequins and the other one has the smaller. And I bet I forgot my take your pick tool downstairs. So I'm just going to do it the old fashioned way with my fingers, which I don't do too often. So I'm just going to take a couple of the larger sequins off the one sheet and then a couple of the smaller sheets off, or sequins off the other sheets. So I'm going to do a 2 and a 2 for my sequins, and that in person sparkles a lot more maybe than what you're picking up online watching it that way. And then for the inside, because I will be mailing these out for those that are ordering through Carla's party as a little thank you from her and I'm going to pull out my sweet sorbet. And what I'm going to do is grab this for the inside, and from that country bouquet again that coordinates with the punch I just used, there's Happy Valentine's Day, and so that I'm going to ink up and just put that across the top. But because Hoot Hoot, you're so cute, and since Pam just said, you know, mentioned baby cards, that could almost be, you know, a baby card. I'm going to not adhere that to the inside, but people will be getting this just as a loose insert when they receive these set of 3 cards from me. So that way, if you're thinking, yeah, I definitely don't want to send this for Valentine's Day, you can just adhere that and put or stamp whatever you want on the inside, and that makes it versatile for you. But for those of you that need Valentine's, well, then you're all set to go. You just need to adhere it yourself on there. So that's how I'm finishing up today's card. So hopefully you've enjoyed me using these owls. I was anxious to get to them for you guys as well. And okay, And then my screen went blank. That made me nervous. Like I said, maybe in the 2 to 3 weeks I've taken off of videos, maybe I lost my touch. Thank you, Tabitha. Hi, Shelly. So with that, how you can get the 3 cards I'm making, you're getting only to see one today, but then the next couple days you'll see card number 2 and 3. How you can get them is by ordering through Carla's Party using her special host code. I'll be taking a still shot and posting that after I pick up grandkids here in a minute. And then you'll see that code used again if you didn't catch it on the video. So minimum order of $25 towards Carla's Party will get you the 3 cards, like I said, as a thank you from Carla and I for ordering through her party. So that's how you can get those. And like I said, up next will be Deb King's set of 3 cards too, and whoever else would like to host, I'm always open to that. So have a great rest of your night. Catch you later. Bye-bye.